World War II finally ended in 1945. 60 million people were dead, half the world was in ruins, and humanity basically said, all right, let's not do that again. So we invented the United Nations, the world's biggest group project. And yes, it has the same problems as any group project. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll either love the UN, hate it, or be amazed it hasn't been replaced by a WhatsApp group. Before the UN, there was the League of Nations, which was supposed to prevent wars. Spoiler alert, it failed harder than my New Year's resolutions. The League saw Hitler marching, Mussolini invading, Japan rampaging, and said,
Oh no, naughty.
and then did absolutely nothing. In 1945, 50 countries showed up in San Francisco to sign the UN Charter. America brought the snacks, Britain brought fancy accents, the USSR brought side-eye, and together they cooked up the idea. What if all nations had a club where we vote and solve problems? Basically, it was Model UN, but with nukes. These five, the US, USSR, Britain, France, and China, became the Permanent Security Council members. They gave themselves veto power. Translation: we run the world now. If one of us says no, the whole thing stops. Imagine 5 friends playing Monopoly, and one keeps flipping the board. That's basically international politics. Okay, honest question. If you had a veto button in life, what would you veto? Drop it in the comments. Mine would be Mondays. Over the decades, the UN sent peacekeepers, organized elections, delivered aid, and gave us endless conferences. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes it was like your Wi-Fi. Always on, rarely useful. Case in point, Korea, Vietnam, Rwanda, yeah, not exactly shining moments. But hey, they did invent UNICEF, which gave us cute boxes. During the Cold War, the UN became a giant family therapy session, where the US and USSR just yelled at each other. The veto button got smashed more times than a TikTok-like button. Progress, frozen, speeches, long, coffee budget, through the roof. To be fair, the UN did score wins, fighting apartheid, wiping out smallpox, giving us global human rights laws. That's not bad for a club where 193 people try to agree on pizza toppings. They even got Nobel Peace Prizes, which are basically the Oscars for world peace. But here's the kicker. The UN also messed up, big time. Rwanda's genocide? They stood around like mall cops. Syria? Still a mess. Israel and Palestine? Still chaos. Climate change? Yeah, lots of meetings, not much action. And don't even get me started on the fact that Luxembourg gets the same vote as India. Fair? Not really. Today, the UN is still around, tackling pandemics, climate change, refugees, and the occasional rogue dictator. But with new problems like AI, Elon Musk tweeting, and climate doom, people are asking if the UN is still relevant. Or is it just the world's most expensive debating club? So, how did World War II's end create the United Nations? Simple. Humans hate doing group projects, but we also hate world wars more. Is the UN perfect? Nope. But for 80 years, it's been the best bad idea we've had to avoid World War III. And hey, if it fails, I hear the Avengers are available. All right, history nerds, time to debate. Is the UN the world's biggest hope? Or just a talking shop with nice blue flags? Comment below and don't forget, like, subscribe, and share this with your most annoying group project partner.